surprise. We don't have Sandra today. She's vacationing. I think she's in Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. And she's in a boot. She's got a new accessory item. I don't know what happened, but she did something to her foot, and she's in a boot down in Oregon. So we wish her well. We're changing things up a little bit today. First of all, I'm Jeff Tawney. I'm spiritual leader here at Unity Center of North Spokane. We're changing things up a little bit today so we can learn about sound. So normally we would have music to start things off and all kinds of other things going on. But we're going to do things just a little bit different today. So just be patient as we go through this. We will start off with our opening affirmation. Oh, okay. Well, the opening affirmation is blanked out. So, excuse me. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. Together, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. This is Unity's foundation principle. There is only one life, or one presence, one power, and one life, living through and as each one of us. Today we are blessed with Amy Feldt, who is here. I'll tell you a little bit about Amy before she comes up. But before we go any further, I've got our daily word reader, which is Linda, and I'm going to invite Linda to come up and read our daily word.
Good morning. Prosperity. My prosperity is unlimited. I claim my good now. After King Darius hauled an unbitten Daniel from the lion's den, the king wrote to other nations to praise the divine power that delivered this Hebrew prophet by taming hungry beasts. Overcome by divine goodness, Darius prayed for abundant prosperity among the people of the ancient world. Today, the lions I face may be rising prices when shopping and greater costs for basic needs. Even in that den of apparent lack, my prosperity is unlimited. In prayer, I claim my good, grateful to live in an abundant universe. I pray that cooperative interaction with others who are seeking their own prosperity brings an end to poverty and establishes world peace. I claim prosperity for myself and all others. Then King Darius wrote to all peoples and nations of every language throughout the whole world, may you have abundant prosperity. Daniel 6:25.
Thank you, Linda. Appreciate that. All right, and this is our time when we welcome first-time guests. I see a couple over here that I don't recognize. We'll greet you here in a second. And so we'll take this opportunity now to greet your neighbor and welcome everybody. Okay, if everybody will find their seat. So I was just sharing with Amy, I think it was about 5 years ago, when I gave my first transformational talk at Unity South Hill. Amy was part of my circle of friends that was there to support me. And here we are 5 years later, and she's here to do her first talk within Unity, so I'm very excited about that. Amy's going to share about her journey with sound and her healing, so I won't steal any thunder away from her or what she's going to be talking about. She's just an amazing individual, amazing human being. Enjoyed getting to know her. Very giving, very loving, and so without further ado, and Amy's going to go ahead and come up, Amy, and she's going to teach us some songs, and she's going to be accompanied by Paul Fawcett, who is another friend, and so here you go.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you, Unity. I am so privileged to be here to be able to share with you this morning and share some music, something that I love and am so passionate about. And some of you may have seen me before. I've done some sound baths here and done a few meditations. So today I want us all to kind of join in. This is going to be a little bit more interactive because there's so much power when we use our voices together. So I've chosen 2 songs for us to sing that I'm going to walk you through. They're pretty simple that we can do together. And the first song, they were chosen very intentionally. This first song is kind of a song of surrender. And in the week leading up to me doing this talk, it's been pretty challenging. And I feel like we all are feeling the turmoil that's going on in the world. We're all feeling so much uncertainty and so much fear. And I wanted to bring us together in music to soothe that. One of the reasons I'm so passionate about sound and frequency is because it can be such a soothing, healing force. Music truly is medicine. And so I want to join with you today in using music as medicine to soothe not only anything that may be going on within you and your personal life, but also try to soothe some of the turmoil that we're seeing going on in the world. So this first song is a song of surrender. It's called Oh Holy. And it contains a Sanskrit mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, which translates to, I bow to the creator of all things and the great creator within. So we are going to be singing, asking for guidance from the divine is basically what this song is about. And I don't know about you, but I could always use more divine guidance in my life. So today we're gonna invite the divine to give us some guidance. And so I'm gonna start it out just doing a call and response until you sort of get the melody, and then we'll sing it together a few times. And you can see we just we'll repeat it. Okay, so it starts like this, and you can follow me. Oh, holy, guide me. Oh, holy, guide me. I hear your voice inside me. I hear your voice inside me. Wonderful, you sound beautiful. Oh, holy, guide me. I hear your voice inside me. Wonderful, and then we'll do the chorus. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. One more time. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Okay, so that's it. That's the song. And now, as we sing it, do you feel like you got it? I feel like you got it. I think you guys are picking up really quickly. We're going to pick up the pace a little bit. Oh, holy, guide me. I hear your voice inside me. Oh, holy, guide me. I hear your voice inside me. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Now the second verse. Oh, holy, guide me. I feel your love inside me. Oh, holy, guide me. I feel your love inside me. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, holy, guide me. I hear your voice inside me. Oh, holy, guide me. I hear your voice inside me. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, holy, guide me. I feel your love inside me. Oh, holy, guide me. I feel your love inside me. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Lovely, that was beautiful. Thank you to all of you. So this next song that I'd like us to sing is one that, slide, Jeff. Oh, one back, thank you. Is one that actually came through. It was given to me in a meditation as I was praying and just being with some difficulties in my life. And what came through was a melody and a song that felt like the divine speaking to me. Rest your heart, open your heart, soften your heart, telling me that it's gonna be okay. And like I said, with all the turmoil and uncertainty and fear that's going in the world right now, I needed that message that it's going to be okay, and I wanted to share that with you this morning. And I will ask you and invite you to hold some intention while we're singing this song. That we'll sing it through, after I'll teach it to you, we'll sing it through 3 times. And the first time, if you would hold the intention that this is the divine speaking to you and comforting you. And the second time we sing it through, I would like to hold the intention of receiving the love from the divine and then giving that love to someone in your life. If you have someone specific, even a pet, a goldfish, it doesn't matter. Anyone you want to offer that love to. So first we receive the love, and then we, second time through, will offer that love to someone in our life that we know who needs it. And then I'd like to sing it at least one more time through, and we'll hold the intention for healing for the world and just send this love out to any place in the world that is going through pain and turmoil and strife. And there are so many places right now that need our love, that need God's love. And so I invite you to hold these intentions as we sing this morning, and we are going to do our own frequency healing together and send some love out into the world. First, we'll receive it in ourselves, and then we'll send it out into the world. So we'll start again with a call and response. Rest your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. So let's try one more time together. Rest your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of differently. So we'll repeat that, starting with rest your heart, and then the second time through, soften your heart, and then the third time through, open your heart. Okay. So this first time is for us to receive divine love and comfort. Rest your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. Now soften your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. Now open your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. Now to our loved ones, rest your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. Soften your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. Soften your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. And open your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. Now to the world, rest your heart. Rest your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. Soften your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout all things. My love for you goes on without measure. Be safe and held in the arms of grace. Now open your heart, you beautiful wonder. Your name is known throughout Thank you. That was really beautiful. Thank you for sharing in that with me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Paul, for the cello. Okay, the healing power of sound. The healing power of sound. I could talk for hours on this one. I was telling my friend, I don't know how I'm going to fill 20 minutes. And she said, Amy, if you can't talk for more than 20 minutes, I don't know you anymore. You can talk for hours on things. But I've narrowed it down to two very important subjects that I want to talk about. Music is the medicine of the future, and the healing power of our own voice. So, music is the medicine of the future, and I firmly believe that very literally. Oh, are we not?
I think your mic got turned off.
Uh-oh. Mic is off. Technical difficulties. Okay. Can you hear me now? Is that better? Okay. So, music is the medicine of the future, although it's an ancient technology. Sound healing, frequency healing, music therapy is an ancient technology. It's been used for cultures throughout time. So the Aboriginal cultures in Australia use the didgeridoo, and we know that low frequency sound, it's so iconic. They use that to connect themselves more with nature. In the ancient Egyptian culture, they used many instruments. The sistrum is like a rattle. They used many instruments for healing. In Vedic India, they developed mantras and the chanting of sacred sound, which we did earlier in the Om Namah Shivaya mantra. Still used in meditation today. Ancient Greek philosophers used different music and melodies as treatments and soothing for emotional distress, anxiety, fear, anger, depression. And shamanic traditions throughout history have used drumming to induce altered states of consciousness, which also, all these therapies are still used today, and they have been used throughout time. So now, let's talk about some of the more modern uses of sound and frequency healing. So modern uses, binaural beats, which is the use of frequency. It's two different frequencies in each ear, often used with headphones, which creates brain waves, creates a theta state or an alpha state. Both are states of deep meditation. The theta state is the state right as we're kind of drifting off to sleep. And so these brainwave states allow our bodies to relax and allow our bodies to start producing healing hormones that start to heal tissue, physically healing our bodies. So it's not only for our emotional state to relieve stress, but it does have a physiological effect on our bodies, and that's why I think sound is so fascinating, that it really does affect us. Are we on the shamanic traditions now? Binaural beats, yes, tuning forks. So tuning forks and singing bowls, which we've heard are also used to induce states of relaxation. And one of the most exciting things is vibroacoustic therapies, because they are used directly in different forms of medicine. Vibroacoustic therapy are low-frequency sounds that are used for specific medicinal purposes. So they are used to treat autism, used to treat dementia, and what I think is really exciting is it's used to treat cancer. I actually saw a video where under a microscope, cancer cells were subjected to specific frequencies of sound, and you could see the cells literally just imploding and dying and being destroyed. It was a very localized treatment. It is a non-invasive treatment, and it works. So can you imagine a world where chemotherapy is a thing of the past, where treatments that are harsh on our bodies, that sometimes do us a lot more harm than good, are no longer necessary because we have treatments available that are safe and effective and truly heal our bodies, and that is where we're going. We have that technology, and that technology is called sound, and it is so amazing. So I did want to tell a little story. I have a friend that works for Crystal Tones, and Crystal Tones is the company that manufactures a lot of these singing bowls. She goes often to medical conventions with the bowls and does demonstrations for the medical industry. In fact, she just posted on Facebook the other day that she had been to a medical convention and she was so excited at how they were adopting the use of sound therapy, not only for patients, but also for the physicians. So the physicians that are in high stress roles, which most of them are, oncologists, ER doctors, doctors that are making life and death calls are now being given the opportunity to have like a 20, 30-minute sound session during their shift so they can be more present for their patients, so they can ease their stress. It helps their mind become more alert and helps them show up more effectively for their patients. So that to me is so exciting that we're actually seeing the medical industry start to embrace the frequency medicine as medicine. Okay, and just in case we're not entirely convinced that frequency and sound is the new medicine of the future, here are some additional benefits that for our biology and our health: reduced blood pressure, pain relief, improved sleep, enhanced circulation and cellular healing, boosted immune function, stress reduction, anxiety relief, emotional release, improved focus and mental clarity, and then last but not least, heightened spiritual connection and a sense of inner peace, which is something that I think we all would like to see more of in the world. So now I do want to talk about frequency for a minute, certain different frequencies. And we might get into a little quantum physics here, which I know it's early on a Sunday morning, and you're like, Amy, I don't want to talk about quantum physics, but it's important. It will help you understand the power of our voice later on, which is what I want to talk about. So, everything is frequency. Everything is frequency. Everything in our physical world is made up of frequency. Energy condensed into a slow vibration so that it would appear to be solid. But at its core, at the smallest particles, molecules, and atoms of everything in our reality, including our bodies, at its core is vibrating at a frequency. It is a wave. So I want to talk about frequency. That's why frequency sound therapy and frequency healing is so important, because our bodies are made up of frequency. Everything in our reality is made up of frequency. So, and we have so many frequencies in our world, in our outer reality, that affect us, that affect our physical bodies. We know there are a lot of detrimental frequencies, the frequencies of the devices we use, the frequencies of computers and phones, EMFs, 5G, radio waves. We're getting bombarded with frequency all the time, and this frequency is very dysregulating. You know, and when I'm talking about, we see the state of the world, there's a lot of fear and chaos and a lot of pain and a lot of dysregulation. And some of that has to do with the frequencies that are dysregulating to us, that are continuously bombarding us. So it's something I feel passionate about, making people more aware of how much it really affects us, because we can't necessarily see it, but we do definitely feel it. So, where are we? The power of 432 hertz. So I tune my instruments to the frequency of 432. The standard tuning for musical instruments is A tuned to 440. And there is a reason. So in my sound healing journey, as I've done more research, I found out that the frequency 432 has some really great attributes to it. So it's the natural frequency of our bodies and the universe. It's a harmonic frequency. It induces states of calm and well-being. It's aligned with nature, in harmony with a deeper connection to our essence. It was the traditional tuning in most ancient cultures. That tuning was changed only recently. Many classical composers composed with 432. It's also mathematically consistent with the patterns of the universe and nature, the Fibonacci sequence is a mathematical sequence found in nature. We see it in the spiral of a seashell, in the spiral of a pine cone, sunflowers. A lot of nature contains the Fibonacci sequence, and the frequency 432 is aligned with that sequence. So in my personal experience, when I found that out, and I also found out that 440 is a slightly disharmonious frequency, I did an experiment with myself. So I played songs with my guitar tuned to the tuning of 440, which I had always been doing. And then I played those same songs and sang them tuned to the frequency of 432. And let me tell you, that difference was palpable to me. There's something just, it's very slight. It's hard to hear audibly because they're very close in frequency, but it was much easier for me to sing when it was tuned to 432. I felt more at ease and relaxed when my guitar was turned to 432. And ever since I did that experiment and found that I really was more comfortable singing with my instruments tuned to 432, I've continued ever since. And I'm trying to spread the word throughout the musical community that this is a much more natural and harmonious frequency for our bodies. So, moving on to 440s. Next slide. The debate over 440. So I did my research on 442 and found out that it is a disruptive frequency. It generates kind of internal tension and emotional imbalance. It can cause mild agitation and anxiety, which disrupts our nervous system, and even mild agitation and anxiety. When we're subjected to it enough, we have enough anxiety in this world. It's something that dysregulates us. So all the music that we're hearing and listening to, anything that you're hearing in the mainstream is tuned to the frequency of 440 hertz. And even the classical music that we want to think of as soothing. It's also tuned to the slightly off, slightly disharmonious frequency that interacts with the frequencies in our body and can cause agitation for us. I thought it was interesting that the adoption of the 440 hertz as the standard tuning was not that long ago. It was actually decided upon in 1939 at the advent of World War II, and the Rockefeller Foundation put on a music education conference. It was a music education conference in Europe where they invited many heads of government, including scientists that had been working for the Nazis. And after that convention in Europe in 1939, 440 was adopted as a standardized tuning. Now, there are a lot of theories as to why that was and why that worked, and they just wanted something standard, but there are a lot of indications that that was done deliberately and with intention, because a population of the world that is in a disharmony, mental confusion, dysregulated, are a lot easier to control and manipulate than a population that is in a state of calm, that is in a state of well-being, that can think clearly. So it's just something to be aware of. That's, again, another reason why frequency is so powerful, because we are being bombarded with disruptive frequencies all the time. Okay, so now we get to the fun part. The healing power of our voice. Our voices are our most powerful healing tool, and it goes so unused sometimes. So this is where we get a little bit quantum again, why we need to understand the quantum field, language and quantum frequency. Toroidal fields of vowel sounds. Now, why is it important to know that vowel sounds create toroidal fields? Because our voices are powerfully, physically creative. So quantum physics is frequency. It is the basic building blocks of our universe, and our voices interact with it all the time. So there's an inherent connection. This is one of the most fascinating pieces of research I found too throughout my journey with sound. There's an inherent connection between language and the energetic fabric of the universe. So many ancient texts refer to sound as a creative force. In the Bible, God said, "Let there be light," and it was created. So when we speak, each vowel sound creates a torus field, which impacts our physical reality. So what is a torus field? A torus field is a donut-shaped electromagnetic field, and we can see it here on the slide. That is the electromagnetic field that is created by our heart. That is a torus field. And that interacts with our physical reality. So these fields bridge the gap between the physical reality and the quantum field, basically bridging the gap between heaven and earth. And I think that is so exciting and amazing because it's proof, it's scientific proof that this isn't just a woo-woo theory. This is, when we speak, we are impacting our physical world. We are impacting each other. So I wanted to talk for a minute about what the different vowel sounds mean, because I thought it was so fascinating to share that, so we can use our language with intention. So what is a vowel? Vowels are our co-creative power. It's a word with 2 syllables. Vow. What is a vow? It is a promise. L is the Hebrew word for God. So vowel means a promise to God. So when we're speaking, we are making a promise to God. And when we believe there is one God and we are all a part of that, then we are making a promise to each other, we are making a promise to ourselves, and we are making a promise to the divine. And this is, the power of that is amazing. So when we are speaking to each other, we are actually physically impacting that person. So it's so important for us to start to really become aware of how we are using our voice, how we are using our words, how we are speaking to each other. So let's talk about the different torus fields created by vowel sounds. I wish I had pictures of them, but I couldn't find them to show you, so I'm going to have to try to describe them. But the A sound, the ah sound, is a field, a torus field that creates openness, creativity, and the primal spark of creation. O sound, loops back on itself. It creates containment, introspection, and cyclical energy. E sound is a field that creates transformation and growth. It's a perpetual cycle of renewal. The I sound, I, radiates focused intention, clarity, self-expression. And the U sound, oo sound, is a constricting motion. It's a field that creates consolidation and concentration. So in my songwriting, once I found out about this, and if you're interested afterward, you can ask me. I will show you a video on this exact topic that was so fascinating to me. But after I found this information, I started to write my songs very intentionally. And I have a song called The Song of Creation, and I deliberately used ah as a vocalization throughout that song because the song is about creating. And I'm literally invoking, creating an electromagnetic field with the sound ah that is conducive to creation. And so when I need some comfort and when I feel like I need a little bit of softness and healing, I use the sound ooh, because that's kind of it's a hug, it's a constrictive sound, it kind of pulls in the energy around you. So using these different sounds intentionally and different frequencies intentionally can have such a profound impact on our lives, literally interacting with the fabric of creation and bringing things to us. So the power of prayer, that's what this comes down to for me. It's the power of the spoken word, the power of prayer. That's why our prayer works. We know our prayer works because we've seen it happen in the world, and we can feel it with our heart. When you pray from your heart, you know that prayer works. But now we have the actual physical evidence of how and why it works. which is so amazing to me. And it's not that we don't need to continue to have faith, because faith and trust is a very important thing. But there is a science behind it, and we can use our voices as our own healing tool. So if you don't always have access to frequency therapy, in any moment that you feel stressed, in any moment that you feel pain or sorrow, in any moment that you need comfort, you can use your own voice to help you. You can use your own voice for pain management. You can use your own voice for whatever you want to create in your life. It's amazing to me, and it's sad to me how we don't use it as intentionally as we could. So, I would like to try to use this technology intentionally, frequency, and using the vowel sounds. So what we're going to do now, we're going to end with a little bit of meditative practice with the bowls. And we're going to use our own voice humming. And we're going to hum different frequencies. Yes, so we've got the 320 hertz, 432, and 528 hertz frequencies. So the 320 hertz, a very grounding frequency. 432, we've already talked about the benefits of that frequency. And then the 528 is called the miracle tone. It's a very heart-opening, soothing frequency. And so a lot of times these frequencies are embedded within music. We're gonna embody the tone. So instead of just receiving a sound bath, we're gonna become the sound bath. Okay, so if you would, I don't know, can we take the lights down a little bit for the meditative section? And I want it as we hum, so just try it right now, humming. Just feel that frequency. And I invite you to put your hand on your heart. It's very activating. We have a lot of nerve endings in our hands. And then if you put your teeth together, you can feel that frequency is moving through the fascia in our bodies. It's moving through our bones. It's moving through the blood cells. It's moving through every part of our physical biology. So now we're going to hum. We are going to embody the grounding frequency of 320 hertz. So we'll try humming it for a minute, and then maybe we'll try the vowel sound, what I came up with, and I guess you can, if you would like to use your own vowel sounds, it's up to you. But I wanted to chant the word Yahweh, the word for God that means I am Yahweh. Okay, so let's first get the frequency and see if you can hear it. Oh, it's pretty quiet. You just to relax and close your eyes. And just feel how that frequency moves through your body. To 432. One more time. Yahweh. So this will be the 528 frequency. Okay, now just take a few deep breaths in through the nose and then release through the mouth. And you can just relax and receive some of the singing bowls, or feel free to use your voice with them. So again, just take another deep breath in through the nose. Hold, and then release through the mouth. Just come back present. So thank you so much for indulging me this morning. And I really encourage you to look into some of these alternative treatments and therapies. Sound is an alternative medicine because these treatments are extremely beneficial and they work. Thank you so much, Yunji. I love you. I appreciate that you've allowed me to be here with you this morning.
Thank you, Amy. Years ago, I was in the insurance business. I was probably, so you just, And there was a client that I had who was having a problem with kidney stones. And so at that time, there was a new treatment coming out that the insurance companies weren't covering. But it had to do with the patient sitting in a bath in a tub, and then they would hit the kidney stones with these sound waves, and they would explode the kidney stones so then you could pass it. And it was a new procedure that was being done, and it was very invasive, or non-invasive, where you didn't have to go through surgery, you didn't have the recovery, it was outpatient, all this kind of stuff. And I remember at the time thinking, it's sound that's breaking these stones up. And here we are today talking about like the medical attributes to sound. And I wonder if there's it'd be interesting, like when you catch yourself humming a certain tune or familiar song, what is it about that song? I hum songs or sing songs that I really can't identify with the lyrics at all, but there's something about the rhythm and the tones and that sort of thing that are very appealing. So I'm going to start paying a little bit more attention to those tunes that I listen to. But also thank you for the music. I love those tunes. The Shama Shiva is one of my favorite songs that I learned at Sound, and your connection to the divine and the creative of that song that you did, I love it. I want to do that again. I thought the words were very very healing. So thank you, Amy. Appreciate that. All right. So find my script here. I think I left it over here. We are going to go into our tithes and offerings, an opportunity for our tithes and offerings. And I've been, as many of you know, I'm going through unity training to become a unity minister. And so one of the themes that I've been on this week is reading about the prosperity campaigns and things that Unity did back in the 1800s and the 1920s on prosperity. And it's very interesting, and it's been opening my eyes to some things that I never really thought about. So this is an opportunity for us to share. We talk about tithes and offerings, and we're offering, but how we keep this ministry in this center alive and operating is through these offerings and the gifts that you, not just the gifts that you offer in terms of being here and showing up or participating or volunteering, but there's also a certain amount of financial gifts that we need in order to support this center. And so I just want to thank you in advance. You'll see that as the bag comes around, some will put something in the bag, and others may just put their hand over the bag. And that's an intentional blessing of what we're giving. It's a way of multiplying what we're giving. So if we'll take this time, the ushers go ahead. And I will also say that there's a new way to donate online. If you scan that QR code, you can actually give electronically. We're working on some other methods in which we can do that, but we certainly appreciate your gifts. We will do our love offering blessing together. Divine love in, through, and as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you. Again, I want to thank Amy for her. It wasn't really a talk, it was a lesson. I appreciate the lesson that you gave us today about sound. And also want to thank Paul for supporting her on the cello. We're going to do our Unity Peace Statement, but for those maybe that are visiting or those that have tuned in to us online, understand that unity is not a religion. It is a way and a method in which we look at religion, a way we look at spirituality. And it's not just a matter of unity is defined as a practical way of looking at Christianity, but it's about looking at the commonality in all the different faith traditions and recognizing those traditions in the way that people see the divine and we see one another. So we have a peace statement, and this is our peace statement as we read it together. Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, and the many ways to worship God. For there is only one power and presence of God, and that God loves each of us equally. Unity urges all nations, their leaders, and their people to pursue peace, not war, for this is what honors the God of all our faith traditions. All right, and announcements. And we've got a few here. Right now, our Wednesday nights, we're taking a pause on Wednesday night meditations. And quite honestly, it's given Dan and I, we've been really busy during the month of August, and so it's given us a little bit of a break to enjoy some time. I want to say time off, but just a break in the action. We'll be pursuing that coming back in the future. And then today is Sacred Play. So as you know, on the first and the third Sundays, we do Sacred Play. And on the second and the fourth Sundays, we do Sacred Circle. So today is Sacred Play. Last time we learned a new game with John. What was the name of that again, Dan? Ticket to Ride. And we just enjoyed, it was just fun, stretching our imagination and our understandings of learning a game, but it was also just fun getting to know one another and just the interaction that comes over that. So that is today from 1 to 3. We've got some salad and some food for those that are sticking around, so you can kind of have a little lunch, and then we'll have some playtime with that today. And then Unity Orientation with Dana. Dana, stand up. Dana Zeiler is our licensed Unity teacher. And Dana will be doing, on the fourth Sunday of every month, she'll be doing an orientation to Unity. It's basically it's kind of the step into becoming a member. You can take it and decide you don't want to be a member. You can take it and decide you want to become a member. But it's an opportunity to understand the Unity teachings and what the Unity movement is really all about. As you've heard me say, and you know what? I just realized today is 1 year for me. I signed the contract and was hired August 15th of last year, so here it's been a year. What I've said from the very beginning, that I believe the Unity movement is as relevant today as it was 50 years ago. And that's because of all of the division and things that are going on in our world and the way religion has been used to divide people. We're looking, as we say with Unity, is to unite people and looking at the way in the Unity practices. So the orientation is an opportunity to sit with Dana, understand the teachings. She can answer questions for you, and just help you get a greater understanding of what Unity is and the value and what we teach here. That'll be on the Sunday the 24th at 1 o'clock. Then on Sunday the 31st, so understand that we'll have our normal service on Sunday the 31st. We're going to try something new in the Sundays where we have 5 Sundays in a month. On those Sundays, rather than having a traditional church gathering, we'll do some similarity with maybe some music, but it's going to be more of a reflective and more of an opportunity for a restorative circle. So we'll actually sit in circle as a community, and we'll have a couple of topics that we'll talk about with an opportunity for people to share maybe a voice or what they're feeling or things like that. Dana has a format for restorative circles that we'll follow. We'll be introducing that on the 5th Sunday of every month. So we've got 2 Sundays left in the end of the year, August and then November, that we can do that. So that'll happen on the 5th Sunday. Then immediately following that, from 1 to 4, since it's not part of the 1 and 3 or 2nd and 4th Sundays, are you following me? That Sunday, that 5th Sunday, Dana will actually do a presentation on the AVP, on the alternative to nonviolent communication. This is something that she's been doing for a long time. She's been in prison as a teacher. She's got the kind of prison record that you'd be proud of. So she goes into the prisons and actually teaches us nonviolent communication and alternatives of violence in the prisons, and it's been widely adopted. And so there's also, they have certain groups within the community that are learning this too. So there's organizational groups that are learning this type of alternative because people, go figure, people that work together can't get along. So this is a way for that she does, and so she's going to teach us. So this is our opportunity to learn this as well. And we were talking beforehand, and essentially we all face some kind of challenge and some kind of debate or some kind of struggle. If we were, as a community, if we all went to our respective corners when confrontation existed, we wouldn't have a community, we'd have an empty circle. And so this is an opportunity for us to learn how to have difficult conversations, topical conversations, and being able to hear and receive respectfully. So that'll happen on Sunday the 31st from 1 to 4. And then we have our drum circle on Friday, August 29th. That will be here. Chris Kohut is going to be leading us in that, and if you've never been to a drum circle, it's pretty amazing to be a part of. I think of like when I used to run, and you get into that runners, they talk about the runners, what do they call it, the runner's high, or whenever you get into that place when you push through the initial where you want to stop and go back home, and you get through to a point where you're in the rhythm and you're running, and you feel at that time when you're running, you can just run forever because you're in this zone, right? And I wondered at times how much that was actually just to the rhythm of my feet hitting the pavement, boom, boom, boom. And I think I shared with you guys too that I was in a drum circle with a men's retreat a couple of years ago, and it was just fun to kind of hit the drum, and I thought, well, this is cool because I've always wanted to play drums. But Dwayne's smiling because he knows. But there came a point in that time where everybody was in perfect sync, and it was a high. I don't know how else to describe it. The hairs went up on my arms, and it was just this point where you actually felt like you were elevating in consciousness, right? Because we were all in rhythmatic synchronization and whatever, I'm sure. Yeah. I know we're running along right now, but that's a great. We're going to do the drum circle, so that's that time. And then, as you know, we're doing our first men's gathering, Men on Pause, on Friday, September 12th. The documentary that we're going to watch is called The Mask You Live In. I would show you a trailer of The Mask, of this, but it's got a little bit of language to it. to be perfectly honest with you. It's language most men don't have a trouble with, but in a mixed audience as this, I won't play it. But I will encourage you to go look at the trailer for this. This will be a time for us as men to get together, have pizza, watch the documentary, and then have a conversation about this documentary that's going on. And we're going to make this a community-wide. So we'll be, Amber is preparing a slide so that we can share it on Instagram and Facebook, which I would ask you all on your respective Facebook pages to be sharing that. And I also understand that, I don't have any details on this yet, but it sounds like South Hill is planning a women's night in as well. So while the men will be in on Friday night, they're planning something for the women as well. I'm sure they won't call it Men on Pause, but... And then next Friday, this coming Friday, is Hot August Nights Luau at the South Hill Center up on 29th and Bernard. It's a tri-unity gathering, so the unities for South Hill, our center, as well as Coeur d'Alene are all invited, and there'll be some music, and I don't know that they're doing anything like karaoke or anything, but I'm sure Dana can teach us some hula dance or something. I got these really cool shirts. Julie and I got these really cool Gonzaga luau shirts at the baseball game the other night, so we're planning on wearing those. So that's from 5:30 to 7, Unity South Hill. It is a potluck, so please bring food to share. And see, is there anything else? Yes? Pardon me? Is that the drum circle? Oh, all the way at the beginning. Oh, there it is, the orientation. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see. So we'll get to our children's blessing. While we have no children today, Katie actually messaged me, and she was not, had to take the day off, so we didn't have a children's thing today. But we do have kids in our life. We have kids in our world. We have kids in our community. And I would like us to do the youth blessing with those in mind. So for the child, grandchild, niece, nephew, whatever that you have, let's do this blessing together. Be the love you are. Sing the song you hear. Share your joy of life with people far and near. And then for ourselves, be the love we are. Sing the song we hear. Share our joy of life with people far and near. All right, now it's time to gather around for the peace song. So if everybody will join, we're going to do this a cappella. How about that? Huh?